fucking hair, because that time I just literally just, like, suddenly was not online. 1 minute I was online, then suddenly I was offline. So, alright, you son of a bitch. What's going on with my camera? It's time to fucking... It's time to get this shit over with. Time, like, whatever. Basket. Alright, I think we're finally in business. Did I just die again? Come on! Let me stream, damn it! Oh, it literally was just on. Please, please let me have my camera. Please. Pretty please. Fuck. Fuck, why was it that difficult? Jeez. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Hurry up and fucking charge, camera, damn. Shouldn't have to deal with this shit. Fuck, let me move my phone over here. Okay. Jesus Christ. Can't believe this shit. Oh. Now I gotta update all my fucking social media shit because I linked to the first goddamn thing that went up. Oh my god. Am I just literally that fucked when I have like no charged batteries for my camera? I fucking guess so. So let me... Who the fuck liked my shit? Nobody likes my stuff on Twitter. Who liked my stuff? Someone actually liked my shit? Oh, I forgot. Elon Husk doesn't like people, Elon, not a Nazi, Musk doesn't like it when, you don't pay him money to see your, you know. Like, who liked my, who the hell even still uses Twitter? Oh. Wait, what? Wait, show all. Oh, I did a sarcastic... Oh, I did a sarcastic thing. Good news for small business owners. This means they will stop charging you those fixed wire fees to move your money in and out of your account since they don't deserve it. Capitalism. Right, because Capital One, one of the biggest banks in the country, was having issues. Let's see. What was I trying to do? Right, I'm trying to fucking... First of all, let's start off with a little chant from the Frenchies, shall we? While I figure this shit out, like... See... Fuck. I literally just did this shit. Oh my god. Can't believe I have to redo this. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna link fucking Twitch from now on. This way I never have to do this again. Chant, marchand, qu'un empire après un océan. Wait, what am I doing? Formez vos bataillons, marchons, marchons, qu'un empire après un océan. Fuck. Don't you dare shut off, I swear to God. Good. Because I need to figure out what my, You know what, why do I make this even more difficult for myself? I could just, like, go to Twitch on my phone instead of trying to, like, I'm so baked. Anyway. Machine. Here we are. Now I just need to... Alright, grab my link. What the hell? Come on, stupid. I think my age is showing. I'm literally only 30. And yet I feel like I'm fucking 50 here. Don't know how to use this shit. Alright, let's see. Go to my... Right, I have to do it on Discord first. I have to put the updated link. I have to edit the show. Here we go. Edit. And starts at 11. I think we're well beyond that. Today. And I think that's... There we go. There, now I don't have to actually update it from that point forward, as long as I just link to my Twitch and not necessarily my YouTube channel. Oh, oh no, I did a, where the fuck is it? Oh no, wait, it's out in the kitchen. One sec, I'll go get it. It's one of these vape things. I keep forgetting my camera's over here now until my frickin' camera battery's charged. Anyway, I'm usually way better than this. I usually charge all my camera's batteries. So let's see, I updated on Discord, now I'm about to update on Blue Sky, the source of my stream, and then we can finally get onto what I was trying to do all along in the first fucking place, which is actually chit-chat and do stuff and talk weaponized wokery and shit. Let's see, where am I? What am I doing? Right. Fuck it. Updated stream link. Wait, did it literally do that? Try to fucking post the French thing in... Oh, it literally did. Oh my god. Okay, so in Discord, when I posted the link to my Twitch channel, it literally says in French, Regarde Michaela Rose 80 avec moi sur Twitch. God, I love being even slightly bilingual. It's so fun. Anyway. So, I think I got my fucking, my webcam wannabe set up. And, oh, yeah. Yeah, the flu sucks. It really does. I had the flu before, but long time ago. I don't think I've had the flu since my very... Like, this is not medical advice, but I have not had the flu since I had my first case of COVID. It's always either been a bad cold or COVID. You know, it's not medical advice because, you know, just because I haven't gotten the flu since I had COVID, don't mean you might be as lucky. So, after all, it's probably just confirmation bias. I'm sure probably at some point this month I'm actually gonna get the fucking flu. Alright, let's see. Right. So I want to get on to my channel updates, actually. I'm not going to name drop them, because I want to keep it a surprise, for when I actually put out the time. Because right now we have a date, and a date only. We don't actually have a time. So once I get that time, then I will definitely announce fully what's going on Tuesday. So lots to get over on there. So if that interests you, feel free to follow my show. Like me on YouTube. You don't have to like me, just like my show. It really helps out with the algorithm. Let's see, follow me on Blue Sky. I don't even know if I should advertise on X. I think I should just, like, close my X account. Like, I'm sorry, but after the awkward gesture that the Nazis have somehow mistaken for a Nazi salute, like, I feel like I should, like, I don't know, not associate with that anymore. But it's like no, the Nazis did not mistake that for a fucking Nazi salute. They know what a goddamn Nazi salute looks like. They're fucking Nazis. Anyway, I digress. I feel like I really should, because I did my stream last time, and I'm, like, always really fucking paranoid about my shit. So I'm literally always, like, re-listening to my content, like, 7 or 8 times, and then, like, hating myself because of how shitty it sounds. Like, I have a $1,300 setup. There's no excuse for me to have such a piss poor output in my production quality. So sorry about that. I'm doing the best I can. Bear with me here. I mean, case in point, apparently if all my batteries are fucking discharged, I'm completely fucked if because I can't figure out how to reactivate my laptop's native webcam. Oh my god, I hate this shit. Anyway, so let's see. Oh, and also while doing this, I apparently can actually have my Discord chat open too. Feel like I might neglect my Twitch streamers. Am I even live on Twitch? I don't think it opened up a Twitch control thing. I don't think I'm on Twitch right now. Or not Twitch, Twitter. Not Twitter either. TikTok. Oh my god. Can't fucking speak. Anyway, I'm usually live. I might have closed out of it by accident. Sorry, TikTok. It's okay. It's alright. You're good. You can, y'all, if you're even still watching this, you can, like, catch it on, like, I don't know, YouTube or something. Assuming they don't block my shit. Anyway, so that was the first update, was basically that I may actually, after 3 months, I thought it would take a little longer, but hey, 3 months? Better 3 months than literally never. I may have I'm probably going to be having my first special guest onto the show. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, follow my show. Like, take a look at all my links. I think, no, because that's going to require me to, like, go through every single to and, like, want to. The second update is actually related to that. Because I may have created, like, my first bridge, I no longer feel like I'm, or not created, built, whatever, my first bridge, I no longer feel like I'm just some raging lunatic screaming into the void, never to be heard ever, and to eventually fall into darkness, to eventually, like, I don't know, disappear and never be found again. It's so dramatic, I know, but it's true. It's true. It really is true. Maybe my content may be focused more on community building instead of rage cope, as I call it. Just, like, going after everybody that got us into this 4-year predicament that we're all dealing with. So yeah, join my Discord server, my blue... Oh, I noticed that. I don't have my Discord server linked, shown in this fucking... Oh, right, because I can't. There's no, like, for example, with my, for example, with Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, Twitch, and Patreon, I can actually display my usernames, but to try to put my Discord up in the show, on screen, that would be very difficult, because it's literally a link. There's, like, no @ symbol that you can, like, go into. So yeah, I'm gonna try to... So, I like to think I did good so far. Yesterday, I was kind of calmer than usual. Every time I got to the point of Fed posting, I kind of reeled myself back. I'm very proud of that. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. I've also had a little bit of time to think about, whether or not I actually want to stand by, like, what I said to the Latino Trump voter that I kind of railed on in my last stream, and how I like you voted for this, which affects me as a trans person and my niece and nephews as, children who are actually black. And so it's like, I don't know if I can forgive that, but then it's like, I don't know if I want to really take my show in that direction, because it's like, if I don't try to reach out to people and actually, like, try to build coalition, try to deconvert and not shame people, it's going to be one of the topics that we're going to go into on Tuesday, when we actually have the, like, we're going to discuss a lot of things like how to forgive, and like maybe some ways to actually like try to like I'll be honest, like, I hate the fact that I have to use my phone camera, but it looks way better than my fucking $300 fucking this thing. Like, I bought this specifically for this stream, and it's like my phone looks so much better than this thing. I don't know why. I don't know. Who knows? Could be wrong. I guess it depends on the stuff. But anyway, I really should actually be recording my stream, because my internet connection is so fucking bad that there's not even a guarantee that, wait. Am I fucking... Also, don't ask me why my house is disgusting. I've worked so fucking hard trying to maintain the reputation of a shitbag, and if I tell you why my house is disgusting, then that may compromise my reputation as a complete scumbag on the internet. So, don't ask me. It's very heartwarming and amazing, and I choose to keep the good stuff in my private life, and no! Be a complete asshole online, so, I don't want to be caught going soft. The fuck happened with my camera this time? Oh, wait. Come on. Reconnect. This is gonna be a nightmare. This is gonna be horrible. There we go. That is better. Fuck. I hope my battery charges soon. I'm gonna put that on in the camera, and then I'm gonna actually do what I did before. Just do like a revolving door of my batteries charging. Whenever I'm done with one, move on to another one. Whenever that one runs out, move on to the next one, etc., etc., etc. So let's see. What are we? Right. It's time to move on to some weaponized wokery. Let's see. There was actually some things I wanted to talk about last stream, but of course I ran a little... I couldn't do it as much, I couldn't really do it because I had to get ready for work. But, fuck, what was it? There were a few things. Oh, as painful as it is, we really should probably go into those executive orders that... Oh my god. That Trump, should I? I really don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do it, really. The executive orders that Trump put in place to literally talk about, like, I don't know if I can fucking do it. Nope, like my stress levels, my cortisol levels are like rising, just the thought of just being like, nope, I'm gonna do it, and then suddenly it's to such a peak where it's like, nope, I'm just gonna back down. I don't have it in me right now. Like, this is literally a nationwide crackdown, and it's completely horrifying, actually, so... let's see. So, let me try to find something that I can actually handle talking about. What do we got? Recent events. There was, right. Now, that I can talk about. Okay, so... Let me see if I can find it. God, I'm so fucking tired. What was it? Deadly crash Trump response. Here we go.
Last week, long before the crash, I signed an executive order restoring our highest standards for air traffic controllers and other important jobs throughout the country. So it was very interesting. About a week ago, almost upon entering office, I signed something last week that was an executive order, very powerful, on restoring the highest standards of air traffic controllers and others, by the way. Then my administration will set the highest possible bar for aviation safety. We have to have our smartest people. It doesn't matter what they look like, how they speak, who they are. It matters intellect, talent, the word talent. You have to be talented, naturally talented geniuses. You can't have regular people doing that job. They won't be able to do it. But we'll restore faith in American air travel. I'll have more to say about that. I do want to point out that various articles that appeared prior to my entering office, and here's one. The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. That
I can't believe I have not been recording all this fucking time. I can't fucking do this right now. I'm not in the mood to deal with this shit. I have not been recording this whole fucking... Not recording, picking up my audio. Let's start this all over again, I guess. Sorry you have to listen to him a second time. Did you guys even hear anything about my, like, exciting updates? Like, I'm not in the mood to deal with this fucking, this technical difficulties right now. I'll just summarize the updates in case I didn't get them out. I'm telling you, I'm being hacked. It's the feds. They're trying to get me to not do my stream. Anyway, so... Fuck, what did I say? Right. So I'm not gonna spoil the name of the person who I'm going to be having on, but I am going to have my first guest, which, honestly, like, I thought I was going to forever be a raging lunatic, you know, screaming into the void to fade into nothingness until eventually the feds, like, disappear me forever and you'll never hear from me again, but it turns out, that may not actually be the case. I no longer have to be a raging lunatic online. You know, like, I've just possibly built my first bridge, and we've agreed on a date. We just don't have a time just yet, but oh my god, I can't believe has it literally been up to this point where I finally fucking got it? I don't know. I don't trust it. I need to look at my other... How are we doing here? We're doing good here? Good. So that's playing. Yeah, so, like, this is the kind of shit I get paranoid over. So... Alright, so those last few places, I don't mind there not being, because it makes it so that I don't have to worry about muting my fucking mic, you know, so, like, or even, because those can actually be done, you know, like, whatever the case. So I'm just so glad I fucking, with the exception of this one. So I just basically deleted it because I'm not dealing with this shit. I've already dealt with enough technical difficulties tonight. I just want to get on with my stream. But anyway, so now that you guys can finally hear me, and I'm probably gonna have to cut this part out, or cut the silent part out, and just basically redo my entire stream from that point. But anyway, so yeah, so once I actually know of what time we're actually gonna do it, but it's gonna be sometime in the afternoon, we're then like I'm gonna actually announce who it is. So if you wanna like watch, if you wanna get in on that, then feel free to subscribe to my channel, check out my Blue Sky. Go. I don't know why I'm plugging my Twitter. You know, like, last I checked, you know, the Nazis and my heart goes out to you and stuff and things, so, like, I feel like I just want to let that quietly die, and never do anything on Twitter ever again. Like, I felt like I could have made it work up until Hitler Mick Jr. did the fucking "my heart goes out to you" and not even the real one, like a bullshit one. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. But, yeah, so the other update that I feel like did not actually get through because I've been having so many fucking technical difficulties this stream for no goddamn reason. Go down for a month and all of a sudden nothing works anymore. It's like, so now that I have built my first bridge, I no longer feel so freaking, like I said, like I'm just some raging lunatic screaming into the void, you know? So it's like I can focus more on conversation, which was the whole point of the gay matriarchy back when I founded it as the Comedy General podcast. You know, like, because at that time it was supposed to be predominantly a socialist podcast, but I got a little too fucking caught up in the threat to LGBT rights, which has not gone away. So the fact that I was talking more about queer rights and a lot less about socialism. Oh, I gotta open the door. Hang on a second. Hi, baby.
Hi.
I'm live.
I see that.
Finally, after getting all these technical difficulties dealt with. So.
Hi, my love.
Yeah, turns out I'm literally fucked when all my batteries are dead because I have no idea how to turn my webcam back on.
Charge it.
No, I'm charging the battery right now. I mean the webcam on my laptop. I disabled it because it was interfering with my ability to use that.
Okay.
So, and now I don't know how to re-enable it. Anyway, do me, what?
You might be in for a surprise tomorrow.
Why, what happened?
I get it at 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, yay. So you'll be home before I am.
No, I won't.
Why? Oh, you're doing something? You're gonna meet me there?
Just thinking about it.
My baby's coming to see me at work tomorrow.
Just thinking about it.
But yes,
Don't get mad if I actually decide against doing it though.
Oh, wow. Get my hopes up just to turn around and show how Hitlerian you actually are. Thanks, babe.
That's why I didn't want to tell you.
Yeah, well, fuck you. Fuck you for that. I can't. I can't eat shit. That would be disgusting. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to get back to this because I'm covering right now how dipshit in chief, like Adolf Hitler himself, is railing against DEI after the plane crash in DC yesterday. So.
That's fair.
All right, you guys. So you ready to get back to what the Fuhrer has been saying? Let's see.
Last week, long before the crash, I signed an executive order restoring our highest standards for air traffic controllers and other important jobs throughout the country. So it was very interesting. About a week ago, almost upon entering office, I signed something last week that was an executive order, very powerful one, restoring the highest standards of air traffic controllers and others, by the way. Then my administration will set the highest possible bar for aviation safety. We have to have our smartest people. It doesn't matter what they look like, how they speak, who they are. It matters intellect, talent, the word talent.
Except you know goddamn well it does matter, Mr. Fuhrer. Because if they're black, if they're trans, if they're gay, if they're whatever, you know, it turns out that, you know, they were DEI hire in any accident, you know, it's because they weren't qualified for the job. Like, that's literally what you're doing. That's literally all that fucking was. So, it literally does fucking matter, Trump. Let's be fucking real. Don't fucking lie to us. I know your fucking minions actually believe your bullshit, but we know you're full of shit. Everyone else knows you're full of shit. Can you hear me? Yes, you can. Okay. Yeah, like, literally everyone knows you're full of shit. You're literally, definitively full of shit. Wait, am I projecting through? Yeah, it looks like it is the microphone. Okay. Shit can be so confusing. Anyway, let's let Mr. Hitler continue.
They have to be talented, naturally talented geniuses. You can't have regular people doing that job. They won't be able to do it. But we'll restore faith in American air travel. I'll have more to say about that. I do want to point out that various articles that appeared prior to my entering office, and here's one. The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities.
Yeah, like you. You're a fucking DEI hire, dude. Like,
That
Republicans wanted someone representing them in office, okay? Like the true mentally ill, so fucking deluded, so fucking tied off from reality that they think trans people are out to get them in the bathrooms. Like, get out of here.
is amazing. There says FAA says people with severe disabilities are most underrepresented segment of the workforce, and they want them in, and they want them. They can be air traffic controllers. I don't think so. This
Yeah, so right there. Let's hear that one more time.
disabilities are most underrepresented segment of the work. Says people with severe disabilities are most underrepresented segment of the workforce, and they want them
Severe
in, and
disabilities,
they want them.
basically. So
They can be air traffic controllers. I don't think so. This was in January 14th, so that was a week before I entered office. They put a big push to put diversity into the FAA's program. Then another article, the Federal Aviation Administration, this was before I got to office, recently, second term. The FAA is actively recruiting workers who suffer severe intellectual disabilities, psychiatric problems, and other mental and physical conditions under a diversity and inclusion hiring initiative spelled out on the agency's website. Can you imagine? These are people that are, I mean, actually, their lives are shortened because of the stress that they have. Brilliant people have to be in those positions, and their lives are actually shortened, very substantially shortened because of the stress, where you have many, many planes coming into one target, and you need a very special talent and a very special genius to be able to do it. Targeted disabilities are those disabilities that the federal government, as a matter of policy, has identified for special emphasis in recruitment and hiring. The FAA's website states they include hearing, vision, missing extremities, partial paralysis, complete paralysis, epilepsy, severe intellectual.
So I think my voice cracked there for a minute. I just noticed that. So I think what he's equating, the fear is equating here, is that he thinks that a person with no arms is going to be, like, operating computer machinery designed to, like, manipulate, like, the tarmac or something. Like, the tarmac, is that the right term? Let me see. Define. God damn it. Okay, so yeah, it was the right word. So yeah, like, he thinks that it's gonna be like some quadriplegic or something, like, trying to operate a computer through, like, I don't know, through a breath activated device or something, in order to say, hey, airplanes, you land here. It's like, come on, you guys really voted for this dipshit, like, come on.
Disability, psychiatric disability, and dwarfism, all
Dwarfism, because as we all know, like, if you're short, you what the fuck are we on about? Like, I am so fucking tired of this shit.
qualify for the position of a controller of airplanes pouring into our country, pouring into a little spot, a little dot on the map, a little runway. The initiative is part of the FAA's Diversity and Inclusion Hiring Plan. Think of that. The initiative is part of the FAA's Diversity and Inclusion Hiring Plan, which says diversity is integral to achieving FAA's mission of ensuring safe and efficient travel. I don't think so. I think it's just the opposite. The FAA website shows that the agency's guidance on diversity hiring.
Still working on my fucking mic placement. I think that's why I sound a little.
To make it even more so.
I think that's why I sound a little bit shaky in the background when I operate, or when I'm talking, because I'm like, the desk is so bad, like, it just, like, shakes, just like I think that gets picked up in the mic. I feel like I should move the mic over, like, here. Then I have the problem of not getting close enough to the mic. So I don't fucking know what to do anymore, guys. Like, I clearly don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to run a stream! God help us all.
That's very telling.
What, babe?
You don't know how to run a stream?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't know how to run a stream?
Fuck you.
That's very telling.
My peanut gallery putting in her 2 cents.
And then I came in, and I assume maybe this is the reason.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated
So-
about breaking news and tops.
So basically, moral of the story: you can't hire a trans woman to be an air traffic controller because her dick might be so fucking big she knocks the planes out of the sky or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on in America. Okay, wait, how did that song go? Like, is everybody A-okay in the USA? The good old USA. Is everything? I don't fucking know. It's by Faith Hill, okay? Look her up, okay? But anyway, so trans people and DEI and lesbians or something are responsible for what happened. God, please make it stop. We got 4 fucking years of this shit.
About that.
What?
Eddie showed me a picture. I don't know if it's true or not.
Okay.
But if it is, Trump's trying to pass an amendment that'll let him run until 2033.
Oh, yeah, no. So basically about that, yeah, so, Trump, so basically one of his, I don't remember if it was like a judge or something, but they made it a thing so that, they're trying to interpret the Constitution to allow him to run a 3rd term while denying Obama a 3rd term, because, you know, the logic is we want to not give Democrats any room to fucking win, and the Democrats are just literally a scared goddamn possum playing dead so that they don't get eaten by the fucking vultures. So like, that's the Democratic Party. So basically the rule is that you can't run 2 consecutive terms. So Trump can have skipped that term, gotten this 2nd term, but since it's not a consecutive term, then he gets to run a 3rd term.
Do me a favor.
What?
If you find a butterfly earring,
Mm-hmm.
do let me know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I tried putting in both my red ones. I dropped one of them. Now I don't know where it is.
Oops. But yeah, so that's basically what that is, babe. Let's see. Trying to figure out. There was another thing. Oh. I didn't even see this one yet. Trump wants to use Guantanamo Bay for immigrants. Like, the fuck, man.
Even know about it. We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back. So we're going to send them out to Guantanamo.
Yes, concentration camps.
cool part about
Remember,
your camera
when I said that Trump
down.
said that
What?
I see one of the cool part about your camera being down.
What?
This.
No, babe. My phone. I have my phone right
But
here.
if
See.
But if I'm over here,
Still.
when your phone's facing
Still,
that
I don't
way.
want you getting me TOS offline. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna shut off the camera real quick.
Relax.
Never make me. Anyway,
he's going to do this and that this is
Thanks
real,
for
it's a
that.
real problem and it's real nonsense. I just want to remind you.
I don't
that
want my
people are like,
stream
"No,
to be
it won't
filled
happen."
with the sounds of you literally like making the air unbreathable. What?
I'll be here all night.
Oh my
Well, it
god.
Passed
God
it
help us.
Immediately, right? And tough. That's a tough.
You guys
that's
should
a
be
tough
glad
place
you
to
don't
get
live
out
with
of.
her.
Today's
Holy
signings
fuck.
bring us one step closer to eradicating the scourge of migrant crime in our communities.
Do you guys hear that fucking... That fucking...
I'm sorry for what I'm about to do.
Babe.
It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad, I promise.
Okay, I'm trying to...
Not only does she live with me, but she put a ring on it, fuckers.
Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, the camera was off that time. You want to do it again?
Do you want me to?
Do it, I dare you. Wait, no, why the fuck does my phone keep doing that? No, you gotta wait. I can't wait for... Is that bad? No, not charged yet. Oh my god.
I do want to go to bed soon, though.
I'm so fucking sick of this shit. I'm ready to go to, like, give up on the stream right now. Anyways, I'll go ahead, try it again.
Not only does she live with it, but she put a ring on it, fuckers.
Yep, she did. She did. She meaning me. I did. I did that, guys. I did that, fellas. That was me. I did that. So, alright, let's listen to...
Once and for all. And it was just a purely...
Oh, yeah, like I was trying to say before, this bitch over here interrupted me and distracted me. Basically, you can tell, like, but his intentions based on the fucking the way he
tough.
words it. Like, just listen to the way he says it. Like, come on.
That's a tough place to get out of. Today's signings bring us one step closer to eradicating the scourge of migrant crime in our...
The scourge of migrant crime. Get it? You know, like the scourge of Jewish crime, Jewish bankers, the scourge of transgender radical ideology, you know, like, you get it. Like, the only reason he's not saying the Jews and he's not, like, going full-on JQ on us is because of the fact that he knows that that's a little too obvious. I mean, he's Diet Hitler at best. Like, you know, he's Hitler but with aspartame, okay? Like, I'm still gonna call him Hitler because I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna hate myself for this, but I really want to see if it's possible. So let me see. Print screen. I feel like this is gonna be, like, so fucking... the most accurate thing I've ever done. I wanna live in a real society, guys. Like, this can't be normal. This should never be normal. And yet it fucking is. Fuck, too big. Phone, get out of the way. Can't really. Alright. Phone. Okay, that's a little bit better. Allows me to fuck around a little bit more. Still don't quite look, like, perfect, I guess. Maybe if I made this a little more, could I do that? I guess. Just getting my phone out of the way real quick. What? How? That's not a goddamn gradient. Come on. Get out of there. You're supposed to be the fucking gradient. Come on, bitch. There we go. Make it look a little more realistic. Alright, put one there. Copy, paste. Bang. We have a true representation of our Commander-in-Chief. Although I think I need to make it a little less, I feel like... What the fuck? Was that
Sorry.
you?
I swear I wasn't trying to make it full.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Is it gonna be like this when I have my guest on?
I'm not gonna be home, so
No, it'll be like literally Tuesday. I want to try to keep it professional.
I'm not gonna be here, I promise.
You don't have to say it like that. I love you. I'd love you to be here.
Ace,
Say hi.
Hi, Ace.
Like, to literally everybody, you know.
Ace wants to hang out, so...
Oh, if that's the case.
That's why I said I won't be home.
What the fuck? Come on, stupid thing. Here we go. I can just, like... Why won't it let me do it? Stop! Where's the mouse? God damn it. The fuck? Alright. So, move that there. No, stop doing that. Fuck's sake. I do not know what the hell is going on with this. It is so annoying. But anyway, there we go. I think I finally got it. No, it still don't look well. It still don't look right. I hate it. I hate it. But then again, we hate the situation altogether. And I think how much I hate it is the perfect representation of the shit we're in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it. I'm gonna keep it as is. I mean, if I think that's bad. Didn't... Oh no. Oh no, it was just blocked by my cord. Alright, let's see. Let's see. How do I do this? How do I... I forgot how to use Inkscape, you guys. Jesus Christ. That's how strong this shit is. Let's see. Images. Adolf. Trumpler. That's gonna be the name of the image. There. I think when I go to upload the video, because I have to literally, I don't trust my connection to not fucking lag, so I literally have to, like, record my live streams now, and then upload them directly, and then I can, like, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this as, like, the video thumbnail. What, you know, just, like, it's just Trump. And then I'm gonna probably name the stream, this particular stream, I don't know. Trump did the thing, or, no wait, Trump is, I don't know. Let's see, Donolf, Trumpler, I don't know, Donolf Trumpler, does, I don't know, Donald Trumpler does a Donald Trumpler, I don't know, like, something, like, justifying the Hitler stash. Like, it has to be, like, I know it's not going to be, like, very difficult to, like, justify the Hitler mustache, considering the kind of scumbag we're dealing with, but, like, shit, man.
Communities once and for all. And it was just it's just an unforced error that we even have to be doing this. Now we need Congress to provide full funding for the complete and total restoration of our sovereign borders, as well as financial support to remove record numbers of illegal aliens. And these are illegal alien killers, criminals.
ET's in your fucking backyard. Illegal fucking aliens. Me when I'm looking outside just trying to make sure ET's not, like, watching me change my clothes.
At levels that
Christ.
nobody's ever seen before.
It took Hitler 50 days between becoming chancellor and the first camp opening, and Trump is the day now. I mean, yeah, if you're rerunning the same route, you just know which mistakes not to run into, I guess. You could be more efficient. So you're saying we did learn from the Second World War? Yes, the worst lessons.
Yeah, that's not a bad point, actually. Like, yeah, like, we learned from history. We learned from history, boy, did we learn from history. So I guess from this point forward, I can't say that we haven't learned from history, because it's actually true. Like, no, that is a good point. Like, we learned how not to do the Holocaust. That's what we learned. That's what we fucking learned.
The wrong lessons. We did learn lessons from World War II, just not good ones.
We didn't learn not to do the Holocaust. We learned how not to do it. There's a big difference there. So
Okay, bad ones. And here we are using the bad lessons that we learned. Regarding 38 prisoners of war, considering the peak population was 778 for $540 million per year, where do they expect to house 40x times more people? I don't know. I truly don't know. I have no understanding of the logistics of how they're going to make this work in Guantanamo Bay. As far as I understand, it's not that big of a facility. So I don't know how that would work. This is how Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth discusses repurposing the golf course at Guantanamo Bay to house immigrants who are delayed in the deportation process. Oh, camps. Oh, camps. Got
yeah,
it.
So I
so
want to make sure I understand this the way you described it. Of course, the image that's going to be evoked by many people when you say Guantanamo Bay is going to be the prison side of Guantanamo Bay. And the question is, are you treating illegal immigrants the same way you treated Khalid Sheikh Mohammed? What you're
that's a
telling
little
us is-
less. That's a little less fucking mask off language. I feel like Adolf Trumpler is actually the most mask off in this whole situation. Literally saying fucking illegal alien, like you know, like because you know the extraterrestrials, the Martians are like just waiting to like eat your women and like probe your sons or some shit. Like we're literally living in what the fuck was that show from like that radio show from I don't remember. It was like the 20s or 30s. War of the Worlds, I think it was, where it's like the world was literally being attacked by aliens and like people actually were like, the sky is falling, we're Chicken Little.
I know this to be true. Guantanamo's been used for illegal immigrants dating back, I think it's 30 years.
Well, at least he's calling them
Used it for
immigrants.
something very similarly back in the 1990s. So you're
And
gonna
not
be using
fucking
it as a
aliens.
way station,
Like,
in
Jesus
essence,
Christ.
where criminal illegal immigrants.
We
are
can
not
take the W
accepted.
sometimes, you know,
There are plenty of
guys?
Facilities inside of the United States of America, guys. Why is it that they're using the one in Cuba?
Granted, he's like saying illegal immigrants, you know, there's no such thing as an illegal person, like we're all on stolen fucking land. You know, like that's just how this shit works. Like you go back into history, that's basically all of fucking human history. Well, and it's still fucking going on. That's literally what's going on in Gaza. Like we're literally gonna fucking factory reset fucking Gaza because Trump wants to set up his first fucking real estate club. Like this is like you know. Oh my god. And what are Muslims for Trump doing? They're blaming woke. Like I came across this one video, like I don't know, like I don't want to get into it, but it was one of the videos I turned off. Like I don't want to I don't want to go back to that fucking video. It was nice, and then they were like, but then the identity politics. It's like, what the fuck does idpol have to do with this shit? Nobody did fucking idpol. I think the channel was Middle East Eye. Where was it? It would have a red line indicating I watched it. But it was like a interview they had with a guest, and I don't think it was Middle East Eye, like the host of Middle East Eye directly who did it. I think it was his guest who said it, and I don't remember whether or not there was any pushback. I'm not gonna look for it right now. Wait. It's not here, is it? Our happiness isn't. Oh, I think it was this one I watched.
You don't have to agree, but you don't have the right to cancel.
Yeah, I think this was it.
And the cancel culture.
Yep, it was this one. It was this one. Like, Middle East Eye, like... This guy is, like, platforming some guy that is like, oh, it's the woke, it's the cancel culture, and it's, like, So we can't just accept the fact that Trump was a terrible decision, and we could have at least did something. There's literally nothing we can do. Rather than own up to that, oh, it's the woke. It's the, like, fuck off.
Wonder why they are choosing to use the one.
Like, first of all, the woke is not even in fucking power, so you can stop fucking blaming us for shit. Transes are literally just, like, now terrified for our fucking lives because we have no fucking power. And, like, our passports are literally being turned back to what they were before. Like, so to punch down, on the left right now because we're a little too, like, the cancel culture. First of all, you can say whatever the fuck you want. Nobody's trying to tell you not to say your shit, but First Amendment, getting criticized is not being fucking canceled. Like, that is the most ridiculous, low IQ, cringe shit I've ever fucking heard. Like, how could you have two fucking brain cells in your head rubbing together and you spew out a dumbass thought like that? I can't be I am not alone when I say that, and if I am, everyone who disagrees gets banned. I don't care. Perma, fuck you. Get out of my shit.
Facility that is a military facility on Cuban soil. It's the same song and dance that we have, like, some sort of respect for international human rights or our own domestic rights. By the way, that's it. It's to act out the lie that we actually care
Damn
about
it.
the process or whatever.
Yeah, so
Otherwise,
there's your damn
there is
cancel
no due
culture.
process
You
on
agree with
Cuban
me or
soil.
you're
That's
banned
why
forever.
Guantanamo Bay operates. That's why Guantanamo Bay after 9/11 was used as a facility for torturing terrorists, people who are declared enemies of the state. Because
Yeah, I think, I don't want to keep saying shit and then have to go off and actually look for the thing, so I'm just gonna let him continue.
it's not on American soil. So technically, given its
Hi, baby.
status being on Cuban soil, things that were declared unconstitutional initially that were then, protected.
I want something out of the freezer.
Huh?
I said I want something out of the freezer.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Didn't fucking Obama say that he wanted to close down Guantanamo Bay? I'll be honest, I don't think that wouldn't have made a difference in anything. I think Obama closing down Guantanamo Bay, as the right wingers would call him. What, babe?
Tapping myself.
Oh, I feel like it would just, like, be a hurdle in Trump's plan. Like, he would have reopened Guantanamo Bay, so I don't know. I don't know, guys. Oh, that does look good, actually. Like, I don't know, guys. It's just, we're in unprecedented times. Like, come on. What, like, red alert.
Protected by the Constitution, like enhanced interrogation techniques, also known as torture, initially could be done there freely, and many other things as well. It's how you can hold someone indefinitely without a trial, because it's not a part of the U.S. Constitution. It's where you can hold people indefinitely without a trial, or without any investigation of whether or not they actually committed a wrongdoing or not. A denial of habeas corpus. Okay? It's a permanent involuntary hold facility because it is not on U.S. soil technically. Because if you were to do it on U.S. soil, then, some legal hurdles would have to be cleared.
Squad cars.
Yeah, see, that's why we should have, like, closed down Guantanamo Bay anyway, and, like Kyle said, make guillotines great again for anybody trying to bring back the fucking Guantanamo Bay. But, yo, that was actually, okay, so that was actually a pretty funny fucking meme. Let me see if I can find it. Make guillotines fucking great again. I love that shit. Let me see. Kyle. Oh my god, I can't wait to show you the meme. Where is it? I gotta fucking... There it is. Oh my... Fucking make guillotines great again. I'm telling you. We should have fucking, I don't know. We should have done something. Like, I don't know.
Siri.
Let's see what.
Set of 15
Where
minutes.
was I? What was we were watching this?
For deportation and process. And not every action we went on had a criminal warrant attached to it. In New York City, if a criminal warrant is attached, New York Police Department
I hear
officials
you, me too.
will
I think
assist.
the weed's kicking
So
my
the others
ass.
were simply immigration enforcement maneuvers.
Wow, so no criminal enforcement, no criminal warrant, and no criminal enforcement whatsoever. I just don't understand, like, the Dominican guy that was, like, randomly there, that is being deported, and
Siri.
numerous other people.
Set of 15
Would they
minutes.
deport random legal migrants? They are talking about deporting, or at the very least, taking away the paperwork of legal migrants, yes. So that will happen in due time. They're literally talking about denaturalization as the final part of this plan, this master plan. So, but yeah, they've already shut off the CBP1 applications that legal asylum seekers were using, and they had their appointments. So,
I think there was a literal video of this this one woman who was like, I guess let's see, what is it? Okay, that's not, where is it? I'm not, I don't know if that was... I don't want to say it was this one. No. Fuck, I can't... I don't know where that fucking video was, but there was a video of a migrant woman. She had like 3 hours for her appointment for, I want to say asylum. It was either asylum or actual like a visa or something. And she found out 3 hours before her appointment was set to take place that it had been canceled. So... it's bad. It's getting bad out there.
basically, while they claim that they're going after illegal immigrants who have done heinous crimes or whatever, no, they're not doing that. They're actually just simply going after everyone and anyone that could be considered undocumented at any given moment, unless you were born on U.S. soil.
And you know what's really funny is, violence is really, such a small portion of a given community. Not everybody wants to wear Trump's skin as a leather coat or something. And so those of us who do, you would literally use me for wearing his skin as a leather coat as a reason for why the entire community, when it was literally just me. Okay, I'm done. Fuck, I am so baked. Anyway, you would literally... I can't fucking do a straight face right now. Anyway, so you would literally use me as an example. The skin-wearing trans girl to basically say that all trans people wear people's skin. That is, so uncharitable. We can have a discussion on whether or not I would wear someone's skin, but we cannot, fucking make that about an entire community. Jesus Christ. Why are, I mean, I'm sorry for for quite. I'm sorry for the degree of comparison, but it's kind of the same fucking thing. Like, you know, like the one migrant literally burned the one woman alive. So it's like it's not that far off of a comparison. You know what I mean? Like you can't fucking say what one migrant did is like the entire immigrant community. That's the point I'm trying to fucking make. You know, like sure, I could literally wear Trump's skin right now, but that doesn't make me representative of the entire trans community. You see where I'm coming from with this? I'm not actually gonna wear Trump's skin. That was a joke.
And even if you were born on U.S. soil, there could
fucking what was his name? Fuck. I forget what his name was, but the little guy couldn't even get past his ear, okay? So like makes you think I could ever wear his skin.
a point where you could get denaturalized or exiled. I hear Trump signed an order to put migrants in camps at Gitmo. He did do that. And also the Secretary of Defense was talking about how they're going to build camps on top of the golf course at Gitmo to house additional migrants, because Gitmo at its peak had like almost 800 people in it. Not a very large facility, but good thing our current secretary...
Well, there is a solution to that. You know, Trump's already a fucking madman who wants to literally be Hitler 2.0, and, like, he already wants to fucking take over Greenland. Like, it is so goddamn cringe. It is so goddamn cringe. This is such fucking cringe shit. And this is gonna be the norm for the next fucking 4 years. I can't fucking believe that this is where my country is going. I fucking hate it. I want out of this country. Please send me to fucking Mars. Elon Musk, why are you such a goddamn fraud? You could have us to Mars fucking right now. And instead you're out there doing this, my heart goes out to you. And you don't even know what that fucking looks like. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, what's... Like, this is America, guys. Welcome to... You know, the country I grew up in, that America, I can say, long live America, because I do believe that that is the phrase that you say when something that you once cherished fucking dies. Dies the death of a million cuts like the America I once knew. Like, we have fallen in my, like, I'm only fucking 30. Come on, guys. I'm fucking 30. There's no fucking reason why I should feel like in just like 1 decade of my existence, things have gone from super safe and like I can be comfortable to now I literally have to, I don't know, carry a machete everywhere I go in order to fucking protect myself. Like, come on. Fucking machete. Oh my god, I need to stop it with the hyperbolic language. Anyway, so Trump's a fucking madman, right? So he already wants to take over Greenland. So the solution to the whole 800 detainees thing is basically you would take over Cuba, do what we did in the past to other countries, do a fucking coup, and then like all that land just like, you know, becomes like, I don't know, military base and everything, and you know, you do what you are doing to everybody here, you know, you deport them, you know, because you're a fucking tyrannical fucking piece of shit. You know, that's the solution to the whole 800 detainees you know, peak or whatever, if that's what they said. And then it's like, now that the whole Cuban island is now fucking U.S. military base, you then of course expand Gitmo to like be every inch of the island. So now there you go. Now you got your fucking Hitlerian concentration camps. Bravo. I am so proud of you, MAGA. You got what you wanted. I am so proud of you. So proud. Hopefully the price of eggs goes down. I'm still waiting on that, you know.
of Defense, who worked at Guantanamo Bay, is now tasked with building camps. Bro, you gotta be playing? No, I'm not. I don't know how many times I explained this.
Like, do we even like Hassan just literally went over it. What do we fucking do at Gitmo? We fucking torture people. We fucking waterboard. We fucking, what are the other, like, I think there was something about being, like, thrown into a fucking freezer and after you were, like, soaked and you're, like naked in that freezer and it's, like, it's horrible and a lot of people die there. Like, I don't know, like, don't take my word for it, look it up, like, I'm vaguely remembering shit from my time in the space, like, I haven't been in the space, like, consistently as a creator, I've been watching a lot of shit, too, like, I've been paying attention even if I wasn't making content. Let me see, what torture methods do we do at Gitmo? Don't fucking call it enhanced interrogation. Call it what it is, you fucking clowns. So, at Gitmo, detainees were subjected to various physical and psychological torture, often referred to as fuck you, I'm not saying that shit. These methods included waterboarding, sleep deprivation, extreme temperatures, so that could be both hot and cold, and confinement in small spaces. Detainees also faced psychological torture, such as loud music and threats to their families. These practices are widely criticized for violating international human rights law, constitutional rights, and were found to be ineffective in obtaining reliable intelligence. I'm so fucking tired, but anyway. I could have had a real fucking stream. I'm at least gonna try to get through this Hasanabi video. Yeah, we do a lot of horrible shit in Cuba. And if Trump wants to really get rid of 20 million immigrants and he wants to, like, torture them and treat them like complete human filth, then that's basically what he would have to do. Do what we always do lie and fearmonger about the fucking, civilization down there, and then fucking, gain support to do a fucking fascist coup, and then all of a sudden you deport everybody and bang, military base, and then you expand that to be all of Gitmo, and then now you got your fucking, like, it's so, like, I'm being so fucking, like, I feel like I'm being so doomer about it, but, and it's like I feel like I shouldn't even say anything. I feel like I'm being fucking doomer when I say that if I say it out loud, like on my stream, like there's just this nagging feeling that it'll make its way back to Trump or one of his cronies, and they're gonna take this idea. They're gonna actually fucking try it. Like, I almost don't want to talk about it for fear that someone is gonna end up with my, hearing that and then think, but that's a good idea, yo, like, America, like, but, I don't know, we're in such uncharted territory right now, it is so exhausting, I don't know where we're gonna fucking be in 4 years, and if we're threatening to go after fucking Greenland, it is really that much of a difficult, possibility to think that maybe he would ever do a fucking fascist coup in Cuba. He already couped our government, for fuck's sake.
This is probably the I told you so moment of all time. It's one of those things that I wish I was completely wrong on, okay? But it seems to be that I'm not wrong on this. And it's something that I've been talking about, not just this past election cycle. It's something that I've talked about for years at this point. That if you consistently dehumanize undocumented immigrants and lie about them, and the Democrats don't actually counter-message against that, then inevitably the Republicans will dominate the conversation, and everyone will come to this false notion that undocumented migrants are all bloodthirsty, murdering drug dealers who serially kill babies and must be violently removed from this country. And in that process, that violent removal is, of course, going to be costly, horrifying, and a lot of people are going to get swept away, not dissimilar to what Nazi Germany did. That's it. And that's where we're at currently. As was obvious, Democrats compromising on basic things like due process, civil rights would not result in some sort of Republican goodwill or electoral benefit. It's just leading the Democrats looking spineless as they possibly helped Trump throw migrants in Guantanamo. 58 Democrats helped Republicans pass the Lake and Riley Act, which will enable Trump's ICE to put migrants accused of shoplifting, not convicted, not charged, accused of shoplifting, without due process. Do you understand how psychotic that is? If only there was someone who's...
So basically the Lincoln Riley Act, I think, is, yeah, so basically no due process. It's just, we tried to warn y'all, tried to warn you, we're gonna die. We're all gonna die for voting for this shitbag. And you know what? I told you so. Oh my fucking god.
Warning about this for literally years and years and years and years, okay? And that's the reason why they have to utilize Guantanamo.
You know, so when it comes to, like, the Nazi salute that Elon Musk did, the Nazis have so much credibility on this issue when they say that Elon Musk did a Nazi salute. I mean, they literally are fucking Nazis. They know what a fascist salute looks like. Now, on the rational side of the coin, you have leftists who are actually subject to the bullshit from these fascists, these Nazis. And we, on the other hand, also know what a Nazi salute looks like. Because we've been suppressed by the people hailing those salutes in prior history. You know? It's like, one might say that that's kind of like common knowledge at this point. You know, the National Socialist Deutsche Arbeiterparty was actually not National Socialists, like they were incredibly anti-socialist. So to have been suppressed by people for that many decades, who hail those salutes, it's almost like we too hold a little bit of credibility in being able to identify when fascism is taking over, or when a Nazi salute is a Nazi salute. So, you know, if the left is out here being like, yo, this fucking administration's Hitlerian, don't fucking vote it in, maybe you should think, you know, maybe I should question my sources. Maybe this lies about how transgender people are, like, mutilating children and stuff. Maybe that's a little extreme, you know? Practice a little bit of critical thinking, you know, it's possible. But then again, it's more likely not. I mean, it would have been like an epidemic and like this and that. But that requires a little bit more effort than fucking channel searching, channel hopping, and ending up on a very fucking provocative, you know, like, end up on a news channel with a very provocative banner, and then you, like, listen to them, and then it's like, oh, all that information you got, well, that's horrible. Flip, next channel, flip, next channel, flip, next channel. Like, it requires more work than just listening. It requires you to actually think, does that sound right? Am I gonna use my brain cells, let them rub to fucking together? Like, or am I just gonna buy a load of horse shit and try to pass that up as, like, some kind of... Like, I don't know. I envy you, MAGA. I wish I was a cis straight white male so I didn't have to deal with all this shit. Like, you realize how much my life would be so much better if I was that right now?
Obey. Because if they were to do this in an American prison facility within the American borders right now, they would actually still run into problems. You know what I mean? They would run into some legal hurdles, just like the judge that issued an injunction, just like...
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab something to munch on because I am, like, so fucking stoned and so fucking tired. I need something to carry me through the rest of the stream because I at least wanna get the time up to, I don't know, like, fuck what, I want to at least do an hour and a half of this stream, so I want to at least do another 20 minutes. So let me go get something to munch on, I'll be right back. Alright, so it's like a nutter butter, and some, all butter croissant. So. Alright. Alright, Hassan, continue.
Judges that, you know, still will hear an executive order come down and go, that's unconstitutional, what the fuck are we doing here? And they can't have that, so they have to process them expeditiously through Guantanamo Bay, where there's no due process, and that you can engage in involuntary detention permanently without due process for a very long time. So even if someone who is brown, let's say, is undocumented, and they are suspected of shoplifting, police come, they arrest him, they find out he's undocumented, ICE comes in, they nab him, they ship his ass to Guantanamo Bay. They put him in a concentration camp in Guantanamo Bay. He is now in permanent...
About that. So who do we actually send to Guantanamo Bay, or who do we claim to send to Guantanamo Bay? Terrorists, right? So if we're claiming to send terrorists over, and then he wants to declare MS-13 a terrorist organization, and we are an incredibly racist country who thinks that all brown people are here illegally or some shit like that, dumb bullshit, well, that gives us plenty of, like, I don't care if you think it's a stretch to say, because I'm gonna fucking say it anyway. Like, literally anything is possible, I just don't want to be fucking caught off guard, okay? You know, like, we're so fucking racist, so we start rounding up fucking brown people and shipping them off to Guantanamo Bay because, quote, they're MS-13. You know, like, I'm sorry if it sounds alarmist. Wait, what, babe?
Why am I suddenly doing that a whole lot?
Because you need to stop eating fucking beans. Jesus.
You don't hear me?
I don't know, but don't stink up the living room. Anyway.
I was gonna say, just sleep next to me. Just remember that.
But anyway, like, I'm sorry, guys, if that sounds so fucking alarmist, but I'm just trying to raise as many fucking possibilities as I can. Like, this is horrifyingly, you know, like, unprecedented. Fuck. God damn it. I dropped one of my croissants.
Involuntary detention with no trial. Do you understand what that is? That means every single time some racist sees a brown person, they can just call the cops and say, this guy actually did something wrong, did something illegal, and ICE will come and nab them and deport them. This is straight up Nazi Germany, okay? This is exactly what they did to Jewish people in Nazi Germany. This is how it works. Tack on an incentive structure into it, and it's like, we're cooking, you know? Oh, you get $100 for every immigrant crime that you actually report to the federal law enforcement agencies. Yeah, and it wasn't just Jews, it was enemies of the state, exactly. Think about that. Yeah, they didn't just do it to Jewish folks, they did it to all matter of different people. Socialists in particular. Trade unionists, socialists. We should watch documentaries on historical examples. You mean just any Nazi documentary? Any documentary that covers the lead up to World War II will very clearly cover what is going on here, okay? Straight up any, like, you can watch any, even like a shittily made one, okay? It doesn't have to be a particularly good one. You could watch like simplified history style YouTube videos and get a pretty decent understanding of exactly what's going on right now and what is to come, okay? Even the anti-trans Nazis were super anti-trans, okay? The first book burning that the Nazi Party engaged in was research dedicated to transgender medicine. Literally, down to the anti-trans, like it is a one-to-one, a direct one-to-one. Reactionary politics doesn't change all that much. Obviously, you have to adopt to the current time frame and the current culture and maybe change the language a little bit, but the underlying sentiment is still the same. Oftentimes the targets are the same as well. Some exceptions to that, for sure, but it is the same resentment and interest in enacting violence against enemies, perceived enemies of the state or marginalized people that you can dominate. Well, there you go.
So, yeah, so that's Hassan's view, position on the subject. So you can go watch the full video if you'd like. Let's take his advice. I love croissants. No.
From which the Republic derives its common name. This period of complete social breakdown had a few effects, but the one you might actually be familiar with is the stab in the back myth. In the 1920s, German fascist groups began claiming that Germany didn't really lose the World War, and it was simply the revolution of the communist groups in the home front that caused Germany's surrender. In the modern day, we know that this is clearly ridiculous and that the German army had been obliterated by the war's end, but to the average German, this didn't seem too far off. Wartime censorship had reported only
So, wait, did I like? I do not remember watching this video for 3 fucking minutes. What the hell?
economic depression, massive social. With the end of the First World War came the fall of the German Empire and the dawn of a new German Republic. This republic would stand for about 14 years before being destroyed by the rise of the Nazi Party. It would experience in its short existence foreign occupation, crippling economic depression, massive social unrest, and would bring about a brief golden age of social liberalism and cultural expression. This is the story of the Weimar Republic. Given that most history classes skim over this bit, you'll probably be shocked to learn just how bad things were in Germany following the end of the war. I'm not talking about the Treaty of Versailles, that was basically fine. I'm talking about Germany itself, and the way the German people attempted to reform themselves following their defeat. Everyone, from monarchists to communists, attempted in some way or another to take the government or to secede from the country entirely in order to form a new society along their ideological lines. In October 1918, it was clear that Germany was going to lose the First World War. Ludendorff, the virtual dictator of Germany at the time, requested that in the interests of the peace negotiations, a democratic system be implemented in the country. The Kaiser agreed to this, and in October, the elected officials of the German parliament took over the reins of government and began arranging the ceasefire that would end the war. The largest party in the German parliament at the time was the Socialist Social Democrats. By handing the negotiations over to the new government, Ludendorff planned to shift the blame for the defeat of Germany onto the elected parliament rather than the military. While this was happening, the dying German Empire ordered its remaining naval fleet to engage the British in a final battle that would
I'll be right back.
be in a better position when negotiating. He was mistaken. The extremists had bled support once the economy improved, positioning themselves at the head of the rebellion and declaring a republic. This was technically beyond their powers, but at this point there were few in Germany that cared what was legal and what wasn't. However, even this radical action wasn't enough. The rebellion was spreading and the soldiers were taking on disturbingly communist rhetoric. Revolutionary groups all across the country began taking control of vast swathes of territory, while the new government of the Republic desperately tried to negotiate with the revolutionaries. By the time the ceasefire ended the First World War on the 11th of November, Germany was in chaos.
I got serious fucking munchies, you guys.
One from the communist groups and another from the government, all while civil war broke out between the conservative and communist parties. The Socialist Party that had been given by the Kaiser eventually managed to form a coalition government under the leadership of Friedrich Ebert, and mostly restored order, but the damage was done. Several regions, including Bavaria and Bremen, actually seceded from Germany entirely and had to be invaded by the new government in order to restore German rule. Things eventually stabilized, with the government making agreements with the army and paramilitary groups to maintain order. A new constitution was signed in the city of Weimar in 1919, from which the Republic derives its common name. This period of complete social breakdown had a few effects, but the one you might actually be familiar with is the stab in the back myth. In the 1920s, German fascist groups began claiming that Germany didn't really lose the World War, and it was simply the revolution of the communist groups on the home front that caused Germany's surrender. In the modern day, we know that this is clearly ridiculous and that the German army had been obliterated by the war's end, but to the average German, this didn't seem too far off. Wartime censorship had reported only victories, and Russia had surrendered to Germany only shortly before Germany lost to the Allies. Someone on the street who remembered the chaos of 1918 and 19, but not the state of the army, the idea that the communists staged a revolt and Germany lost the war because of it didn't seem too far off the mark. Furthermore, the peace treaty signed by the new government was hugely unpopular. Territory was lost, industrial centres were occupied, and Germany was required to pay reparations for the damage done in the war. I'm not going to say the Allies were unreasonable, but what I will say is that the Germans didn't take their defeat gracefully. To make matters worse, it was the elected government that signed the peace treaty, and not the imperial one. All of this meant that A, Germany had a brand new government that immediately made possibly the most unpopular move in German political history, and B, many Germans thought they would have won if it weren't for the communists. The German far right got a massive boost because of this. Germany felt undefeated, which made the actually relatively light terms of the Treaty of Versailles seem absurd. During the demobilization of the army, the Prussian War Ministry held parades and declared that our field grey heroes returned to the homeland undefeated. The War Ministry repeated this, and even the socialist head of government stated that Germany was undefeated. When the peace treaty was signed and the terms became known, the shock in Germany was extreme.
I'll be honest, I do think I actually did play not this one, but another subject on World War II and the Weimar Republic, but I don't think I was... But it's always nice to, like, replay it to get, like, a rehash, you know, to try to refresh our memory on this shit. Like, we always need to remember history.
Germany lost 13% of its land, though with the exception of Danzig, this land contained ethnic minorities. It lost 10% of its population and had to pay reparations. Annoyingly, East Prussia was also cut off from Germany, and one had to travel either by sea or through Poland to get there. Reparations came in at 132 billion gold marks. Reparations weren't a real issue economically, but the damage to pride caused by them would never fade. Additionally, the Saarland and Rhineland would be occupied by the Allies, and the German military was restricted in size. Ultimately, people who considered their country an undefeated superpower were met with a peace that humiliated them for reasons they didn't understand. Border tensions following the treaty were also rife. Wilson's argument for national self-determination had taken the form of nation-states bound by ethnicity. But the fact of the matter is that Europe isn't neat enough to do this with any great accuracy. Certain areas might have had a majority of the population be a certain nationality, but contained significant minority groups. Because of this, millions of Germans ended up outside Germany, and millions of other ethnicities ended up inside of it. The desire to expand the country and take lands containing Germans was immediate. Czechoslovakia alone contained more than 3 million Germans in the Sudetenland. The German Free Corps groups were founded in response to the loss in the war and attracted up to 400,000 ex-soldiers. Around a quarter of the 250,000 returning German officers also joined these paramilitary groups. The Free Corps didn't have a coherent ideology as the later paramilitaries had. They nevertheless served as reactionary forces. They were violent German nationalists, and these men were not the pacifists that the war had produced so many of.
So, I want to take a minute to, like, let it, you know, to let it, like, I just wanted to take a minute to let it sink in how creepy it is to know that a foreign government is only, like, invading your country and killing the people around you because you're German. And that foreign government is so creepily obsessed with you that they're willing to invade your country and destroy everyone else around you just to create a land for you. Like, that is so, like, creepy. Like, I would not want that, but for trans people. That is, like, so horrifying.
They instead felt that their sacrifice had been a valiant struggle, and as a reward their country had been destroyed by outside forces and had a weak democracy imposed on it. These groups fought communist and Polish groups all across Germany and served as a paramilitary supplement to Germany's weakened army. They were particularly brutal in their tactics. No pardon is given. We shoot even the wounded, one wrote after suppressing communists in the Ruhr. In the Baltic and Upper Silesia, up to 100,000 Germans and Poles died fighting each other after the war had ended. Rudolf Hoss, a man that would later command the Auschwitz extermination camp, wrote that the fighting in the Baltic was worse than the First World War. Pure slaughter to the point of complete annihilation. Unsurprisingly, these groups are where many prominent Nazis got their start. Right from the word go, the new Weimar Republic had an extremism issue, with the communist councils that staged the revolution forming themselves into political parties, and the far-right fascist groups trying to seize power and restore German greatness. Stuck in the middle were the democratic moderates, who could at best command a sort of tepid status quo loyalty from most Germans. This was the state of the Weimar Republic at the end of the First World War. Economically, at the end of the war, the German economy was suffering. By 1918, currency was at half of its 1914 value, and prices were 5 times higher. The inflation was partly intentional, as most of Germany's war debt was domestic. By crashing their currency, they could easily pay off the remainder of their loans. The lowered currency value also assisted German industry to recover, as people could borrow much needed foreign capital worth a certain number of marks and then pay it back when it was worth far less. This policy actually worked really well, and between 1919 and 1922, Germany was one of the few countries in Europe to actually experience increased production and lowered unemployment. With powerful trade unions, wages actually managed to keep up with inflation as well. That being said, it was still really dumb, and the German government had built itself a house of cards in order to maintain the illusion of prosperity. By 1923, it finally spiraled out of control as a result of the crisis following the French occupation of the Ruhr. The economic shock from the occupation brought the entire system crumbling down at once. In 1920, a single German mark was worth $65 US. In November 1923, it was worth $44.2 billion. No trade union in history could negotiate wage increases that quickly. The ensuing economic crisis resulted in a political one. The initially moderate and democratic parties of the German parliament soon found themselves overwhelmed by authoritarian populists. The seat share of the Social Democrats, Catholic Centre Party and Left Liberals declined from 80% in the Reichstag in January 1919 to 40% in June 1920. People began to sarcastically state that Germany was a democracy without Democrats in it. Communist agitation among the working class created a massive fear of left-wing activity, which ironically resulted in far worse reactions from conservative forces. Right-wing terrorism resulted in the deaths of more than 350 people between 1919 and 1922.
Can you get me a sparkling ice,
There were
baby?
multiple communist uprisings in Saxony, Thuringia, and Hamburg. From the fear of communism growing and the army taking
Don't
more
make
action to
sauce in my
combat
face.
it, the right wing began to radicalize from
sauce.
1919. Adolf Hitler, the future dictator of
Sauce.
Germany, began speaking in Munich beer halls in 1920. And by 1921,
Yeah,
it risen to
yeah,
the
you have
leadership of
sauce
the
in your
National
face.
Socialist German Workers' Party. Nazis,
what I was
as you
asking.
probably know them. This was a rinky-dink party of fanatics at first, with little influence beyond Bavaria, but it began to grow under Hitler's stewardship. It grew from 2,000 members in 1920 to 20,000 by 1922. Hitler preached the doctrine of German racial supremacy and believed that Germany's Jews were working alongside the communists to bring about world domination, and that German people must be part in a war of conquest across Europe. With the occupation of the Rhineland by France in 1923, the party began to plot a coup to overthrow the government in Berlin. On the 8th of November, Hitler attempted a march from Munich to Berlin with his supporters.
Because
However, the
I also
police
have to
quickly
be to work
dispersed
until
them, and most
12.
important Nazis were sent to prison.
I would like
This should have ended
to
them,
be up
but
at
the
the same time
sentences
you
were
are.
lenient due to sympathetic judges,
What
and
time
in
is it
prison
now?
Hitler continued his political work by writing Mein Kampf and planning his return. The failed beer
I'm
hall push
streaming.
was in many ways the high point of early Weimar
I'm
instability.
streaming.
Politics, while far from being stable, at least stopped radicalizing after this as the economic situation returned
Can
to
you grab me
normal.
a sparkling ice?
The political climate cooled as the extremists were defeated, and economic conditions improved, and a new currency was introduced that retained value. Around this time, the most important president the Weimar Republic had took power. The new president Hindenburg, he was a former general that had achieved considerable success in the First World War and had taken office as a unifying figure in 1925. However, like most other conservative Germans, he wasn't actually what you might call a fan of democracy. He spent his entire time in office fighting for the days of the empire and had a broad plan to eventually transition Germany away from parliamentary democracy into an authoritarian dictatorship. He may have even intended to restore the emperor himself and bring the empire back, but we don't know. Regardless of his political beliefs, he was a popular unifier for the German people and helped bring a sense of calm to the nation. At this time, the diplomatic standing of Germany also improved. In 1925, the Germans met with the French and British and agreed to recognize Germany's western border and to demilitarize the Rhineland. This allowed Germany to join the League of Nations in 1926. Allied troops left Cologne that same year, while a small garrison of Allied troops remained temporarily in the Rhineland. The Germans again asked for a revision of the reparations as well, which came about under a new American businessman named Young. The Young plan would see Germany pay significantly less per year, but over a longer period of time. The right-wing in Germany were outraged and demanded a referendum on the issue, which was held in December, only for them to discover that an overwhelming 6 out of 7 Germans supported the new plan. To sweeten the deal, the Allies also promised to evacuate the Rhineland if Germany accepted. After the referendum passed, the Rhineland was free of Allied troops, under the condition that it remained demilitarized. The reparations were eventually cancelled altogether in 1931, with the vast majority remaining unpaid. With the political extremism passing and the economy improving, Germany actually entered a period of prosperity that is often associated with interwar Germany. Josephine Baker, a famous celebrity dancer of the time period, visited Berlin during the good years. The city had a jewel-like sparkle. The vast cafes reminded me of ocean liners powered by the rhythms of their orchestras. There was music everywhere. Germany, but Berlin in particular, became a haven for European avant-garde culture. The 1920s saw the birth of the first pop culture in Germany. In Germany alone, more than 5,000 cinemas existed by 1930, with more than 2 million seats. A lift of censorship from the empire and a generally modern attitude led to new artistic movement. Masterpieces such as Metropolis, that are still looked upon today as landmarks of filmmaking, were the result of Weimar culture. The film posed criticisms of both industrial capitalism and the response of socialists towards it. In this sense, it's very much a product of tumultuous Germany. In other fields, post-war modern art usually depicted the dehumanizing and corrupt nature of warfare. This gradually gave way to more positive art movements as the good times continued in the 1920s, but still sparked a massive backlash among conservatives. Nevertheless, just because it's what is remembered doesn't necessarily mean it was what was popular. Most artistic expression in Germany remained conservative. Only 5% of the 3,000 exhibits at the Munich Art Exhibition in 1930 were works.
So basically, what's going on here is he's describing, to my knowledge, the culture of what was going on in Germany at the time. I really do need to interrupt more. Like, I need to not piggyback off of other people. Like, that is the one thing I don't want to fucking do. That's why I try to like interject, even if like my commentary seems like relatively useless. Like, there is still, like, from a moral perspective, like, I just don't want to piggyback off of other people's content. So yes, so this is my interruption, and I'm gonna interrupt for a few more seconds before okay.
We call modern. Similar to now, though, what little there was hugely amplified, particularly among conservatives. The Nazi Party put a particular focus on modern art as an example of a degenerate, Americanized culture that was taking over Germany. This argument would have a particularly powerful effect in 1929, when American capitalism seemed to bring the world crashing down. In 1929, the American economic bubble burst as overvalued shares.
Always Americans.
This would be the beginning of the
Because
Great
we're
Depression,
fucking stupid cringe lords.
Across the world. In 1923, the Weimar Republic had introduced a new currency. This was backed by an American loan. Also, the money Germany was using to pay back the French and British reparations came from loans they got from the US. American industry heavily invested in Germany, but most of this investment was used on municipalities to improve the facilities for their people. It increased quality of life, but did nothing to produce the wealth needed to pay back the loans. If the loans were recalled and more loans were denied, the entire system would fail. This problem was actually recognized before it became acute, but in the good times it's difficult to be a successful government when you're proposing making life worse in the name of long-term stability. German Foreign Minister Gustav Stresemann warned in 1928 that Germany was dancing on the edge of a volcano. When the Americans crashed, Germany did as well. The loans dried up and Germany was forced to pay back the Americans. By 1932, German gross national product was down 17% and wages had declined to 2/3 of what they were in 1929. Production halved, and in Germany 1/3 of the workforce became unemployed. In contrast to what happened in America and Western Europe, the Depression in Germany triggered a conservative tactic. Women in the workforce were often seen as having stolen a man's job, and seeing so many poor in the streets, many became concerned with the health of the nation. The masses of unemployed moved into slums, and a huge burst of eugenicist thought came about in this period all across the world. The Nazi ideals of racial purity were no longer outside the realm of discussion, and it would be as a result of the Depression that Hitler finally achieved power. When Hitler had been released from prison in 1924, he refounded the Nazi Party, thinking he'd use his new fame as a springboard to success.
See, that is the one thing, like, that is just so disgusting. Like, it's always the marginalized that ends up getting the fucking blame. You know, like, women stealing men's jobs, Jews controlling the fucking banks, you know, trans people frying your kids on a skillet with honey barbecue sauce or something. I don't fucking know.
Success. He was mistaken. The extremists had led support once the economy improved. In 1924, the communist share of the vote was only 9%, while the Nazis were merely a splinter group incapable of exerting any noticeable influence. In the 1928 elections, things were even worse. The Nazis won a paltry 2.8% of votes and only 12 seats in the Reichstag. The Social Democrats returned to power in a coalition of moderate parties. Nevertheless, with the onset of the Great Depression, the centre couldn't hold. 14% of the population was unemployed. Communists developed support from this base. However, the communists were also taking orders from Moscow, and rather than work with the ideologically similar Social Democrats, they instead chose to condemn
By
the
the
social
way,
fascists
all
and
those
refuse anything but
people
absolute
were
power.
just,
This
they
refusal
were
to work
just,
together
you
is one
know,
of the reasons
my
Nazis
heart
were able
goes
to
out
achieve
to
power.
you.
As a result of the depression,
They're
Nazis
not
also
Zeke
surged,
Heiling.
membership reaching 100,000.
Like, are you
Share of
crazy?
vote
Like,
14%
no,
in
that's just,
1929,
they're
more than
all
6 times higher than the
autistic, you
previous year.
guys.
In March 1930, the coalition government between Social Democrats
Like, you
and
can't
Conservatives
say that
proposed an
autistic
increase in
people are
unemployment
doing a
insurance.
Nazi
Mueller
salute.
was
Come on
dismissed as
now.
Chancellor, and Hindenburg replaced him with a conservative Bruning as part of the plan to move away from parliamentary rule. The people, however, growing tired of political maneuvering, were attracted to the Nazis. In the 1930 elections, the Nazis achieved 18.3%
I should not
of the
get
vote,
so
becoming the
fucking
second
high
largest
on
party.
stream.
Though the Nazis were deeply
Jesus
disliked by
Christ.
conservative groups as boorish populists, they were also impossible to ignore. Under Hindenburg, successive governments shifted increasingly to the right, but none of them managed popular support the way Hitler had. The trouble was that any government needed Hitler for legitimacy. If Hitler was literally Hitler, nobody in power wanted to be anywhere near him. But as the Depression had caused a massive boost for the Nazis, and the
Let's
people gave up
replay that
15
part
to the right,
again.
but none
I
of them
think
managed the Nazis achieved 18.3% of the vote, becoming the second largest party. Though the Nazis were deeply disliked by the conservative groups as boorish the Nazis achieved 18.3% of the vote, becoming the second largest party.
Wait.
Though the Nazis were deeply disliked by the conservative groups as boorish populists, they were also impossible to ignore. Under Hindenburg, successive governments shifted increasingly to the right, but none of them managed popular support the way Hitler had. The trouble was that any government needed Hitler for legitimacy. If Hitler was literally Hitler, nobody in power wanted to be anywhere near him. But as the Depression had caused a massive boost for the Nazis, and the people gave up on democracy and sought a rather, nobody managed popular support. They were also
Try
impossible to
this.
ignore.
How the
Under
fuck do
Hindenburg's
I...
party, due to the
No,
Nazis.
that's
In
rewinding.
the 1930 elections, the Nazis achieved power. From the fear of communism growing and the
No,
army of the loans
that's
dried up, and the Germans were forced
previous.
to take back the Americans.
How
In
do you do it
1932,
again?
German gross national product was down 17%. The loans dried up, and in 1928, the Germany was dancing on the edge of a
Oh
volcano.
my god, I
When the
forgot
Americans
how
crashed,
you...
Germany did as well.
I forgot
The
the
loans dried
keyboard
up, and Germany was
shortcut
forced to take
to...
back the Americans. By 1932, German gross
Oh my
national product was down 17%,
Can't
and
be
wages
fucking
had declined to
serious.
two-thirds of what they were in 1929.
1.5.
Production halved, and in Germany, one-third of the workforce back. He began 920 actions of the Nazi-led party. Hitler fight. The Nazi movement on the manager. The depression. He said 64, the communist. He was mistaken before. He actions in social democratic whole. However, the communist, the social federal chief, out the share of the party, the code rule. The people, however, Chancellor conservatives broke down over something of the year. In March 1930, the coalition government between Social Democrats and Conservatives broke down over something as small as an increase in unemployment insurance. Coalition descent pressure power. This refusal to work together is one of the reasons the Nazis were able to achieve power. As a result of the depression, ideas compensated for the depression, the centre couldn't hold. The Nazis won a positive moderate parties. Nevertheless, with the onset of the Great Depression, the centre couldn't hold.
We'll just pick up
14%
where
of the
we're...
population
Right
was
here.
unemployed.
I
Communists
lost the
developed support
fucking
from this
spot.
base. However, the communists were also taking orders from Moscow, and rather than work with the ideologically similar Social Democrats, they instead chose to condemn them as social fascists and refused anything but absolute power. This refusal to work together is one of the reasons the Nazis were able to achieve power. As a result of the Depression, the Nazis also experienced a surge, membership reaching 100,000, and a share of the vote of 14% in 1929, more than 6 times higher than the previous year. In March 1930, the coalition government between Social Democrats and Conservatives broke down over something as small as an increase in unemployment insurance. Mueller was dismissed as Chancellor, and Hindenburg replaced him with a conservative Bruning as part of the plan to move away from parliamentary rule. The people, however, growing tired of political maneuvering, were attracted to the Nazis. In the 1930 elections, the Nazis achieved 18.3% of the vote, becoming the second largest party. Though the Nazis were deeply disliked by the conservative groups as boorish populists, they were also impossible to ignore. Under Hindenburg, successive governments shifted increasingly to the right, but none of them managed popular support the way Hitler had. The trouble was that any government needed Hitler for legitimacy. If Hitler was literally Hitler, nobody in power wanted to be anywhere near him.
Okay, so that was the part that I was trying to hear. If Hitler was literally Hitler, then no one in power wanted to be literally anywhere near him. And to be honest, like, with the kind of fucking monster that shitbag was, I'm not shocked.
But as the Depression had caused a massive boost for the Nazis, and the people gave up on democracy and sought a radical solution, the Nazis finally achieved over 30% of the vote in 1933. Surprisingly, the Nazis actually toned down their racial rhetoric as the 1930s elections went on. Most people simply weren't attracted to it, and a fair few were actually put off by it. They wanted a reformed society along utopian lines, and they tolerated the ideology as a strange quirk. This is the maximum credit they can lend to Nazi supporters. With the Nazis achieving over 30% in the Reichstag, the conservatives could no longer ignore Hitler. They needed his support to keep order, as clashes between paramilitaries on the street bordered on civil war. Hindenburg held his nose and appointed Hitler Chancellor of Germany on the 30th of January 1933, hoping to contain him with a moderate cabinet. This hope was misplaced. Immediately after taking power, thousands of political opponents were arrested. On the 23rd of March, after a fire was started in the parliament, the German parliament gave Hitler emergency powers. This marks the practical end of the Weimar Republic and the transition to Nazi Germany. On the 14th of July, all opposition parties were banned, and when Hindenburg died on August 1934, the positions of president and chancellor were merged into Führer. There would never be another election, and German democracy was dead. The Republic became Nazi Germany, and millions would be murdered by the new regime as they embarked on a campaign of conquest and extermination. The Weimar Republic was by most measures a failure. It was marked by political extremism, economic failure, and poor leadership. But its fate wasn't predetermined. Despite all the difficulties surrounding German democracy, it lasted a period of 14 years with elected governments of moderates. Despite all the coup attempts and violence, its institutions proved strong enough that it took a ballot to undermine it rather than a gun. And the regime it gave way to wasn't a result of any inherent evil in the Germans, but simply of radicals exploiting people's fear for their own ends. For a brief time, Germany was a prosperous democracy under the Weimar Constitution. And if it hadn't been for the Great Depression, this democracy likely would have continued happily for decades into the future.
Yeah, so, like, we should never, like, the slogan, never forget, like, yeah, like, fuck, I just muted myself. Like, I'm sure I've probably played this shit, like, twice already. Not this particular video, but things concerning, like, the Weimar Republic and Nazi Germany and World War fucking II. Probably did that historically. I vaguely remember it. But it's always good to have, like, a reminder about this shit, because it's not good. It's not good. And this is basically what we're doing, you know. Well, it's 1:30 in the morning. I am actually fucking exhausted. I got work tomorrow. I'm going to bed. Love you all. Thanks for coming to my show. And I am so fucking tired. Am I even gonna be able to find my outro music?
Let's join the Mouseketeers.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. M-I-C.
See you real soon.
K-E-Y.
Why? Because we like you.